Hello, happy Friday already, and I'm happy to be with you as we continue our journey through Lent to Easter and the celebration of our Lord's Passion, Death, and Resurrection. And we continue to hear in the readings these early days of Lent suggestions on how we should live, really admonitions of how we should live. The scriptures lay out for us what is expected of us, and as followers of Christ, how we should conduct ourselves. And one line that I hear year after year and strikes me the same year after year is the one where Jesus tells us, "Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar and there recall that your sister or brother has anything against you, leave your gift there at the altar. Go first and be reconciled with your sister or brother, and then come and offer your gift." Well, if any of you, like me, had brothers growing up, then you also may have taken this literally at times and thought, my gosh, I will never get to that altar because of all that I need to forgive my brothers for, or vice versa. And yet we know what Jesus is telling us, that if there's anything that keeps us from our sister or brother, if we're not at peace or in good relationship with any other person, then we're not at peace and we're not in good relationship with God. And we need to mend that, to make it right, so that we can be in right relationship with God. In our world today, we see and know of so many instances where there simply is not right relationship, that so many of us are holding grudges or hatred or judgment in our hearts and minds because of the color of someone's skin or where they may have come from, because of how they live their life or how they love, because of what they do and where they might live. For so many, many reasons, we are separated from one another and not in right or good relationship. And therefore, as we're told in Matthew, we're not in right and good relationship with God. And therefore, as we approach the altar, we need to reflect and think and ponder. And we need to make right those relationships so that our relationship with God is right and good and holy. It's a tough task because of so many things that influence us: the news, the media, technology. And yet we know what we should do. We know how we should act. We know how we should think. We know deep in our hearts what is right and good. And Lent is a time to come to terms with that, to admit our faults and our lackings, our prejudices, our judgments, to admit all of this, and with right heart and right mind, as the gospel verse says, to make for ourselves a new heart and a new spirit. That's what these 40 days are meant to be for us. And again, as members of the Passionist family, we do this with grateful hearts of all that the Passionists have accomplished and continue to accomplish around the world, despite failings, despite the very humanness of each of us. The Passionists do incredible work. And we look forward to the future to continue that work. No matter what obstacles, no matter what chasms there may be, we know from what we have done, from what we have lived, that there is a bright future for the Passionist family. And we do it with hope. We do it with the sure confidence that Jesus suffered and died for a reason, so that we might live with gratitude, with a view to the future, and with hope that we can share with others to, again, lift the burden off of them, to be in right relationship with our brothers and sisters. Enjoy this Friday of Lent.